During the 1930s, women's swimwear consisted of a one-piece miniskirt over boy shorts and was frequently worn with a belt to accentuate the waistline. Traditionally, the bathing suit had simple tank straps and a low or plunging back. During the economic downturn of the Great Depression, films became increasingly popular and started influencing fashion. After Joan Crawford wore a lavish gown in the 1932 film Letty Linton, large sleeve dresses with giant ruffles became a popular trend and were copied frequently. In the 1930s, suits were a staple of most women's wardrobe. Skirts were simple, without pleating or elaborate tailoring, and hung straight from the waist to mid-calf. The skirt was paired with a matching jacket and often a modest blouse with a high neckline. By the 1950s, women's suits tended to have narrow skirts with jackets that fit close at the waistline. Jackets would extend below the waist and flare around the hips. After the end of the Second World War, designer Christian Dior believed women wanted something different from the conventional style of the past. He brought femininity back with the hourglass silhouette, which caused a huge impact in Paris. With rounded shoulders, full busts, and cinched waists above enormous spreading skirts, editors dubbed this style as the new look, which defined the silhouette of the 1950s. By the 1960s, popular art became a major influence for fashion designers. In 1965, Yves Saint Laurent released the Mondrian dress, an homage to the modernistic paintings of Pate Mondrian. The geometric lines of the cocktail dress were widely copied, with mass manufacturers producing imitations of the design for lower prices. Most of these modern designs followed an A-line shape. They were characterized by hard, tailored lines that flared slightly from neck to hemline and ended well above the knee. By the 1970s, a more fitted style appeared. Clearly defined waistlines and softer materials emerged from popular designers. Originated by Diane von Furstenberg, the wrap dress became an iconic staple of the 1970s. Made of jersey knits, the dress was consistently knee-length with long sleeves and tied shut with an attached belt. American designer Halston defined the disco era by creating full-length draped gowns made of materials that would cling and reveal the contours of the body. Celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor, Liza Minnelli, and Bianca Jagger helped cement the trend at the height of Studio 54 fame. Another popular trend was the sweater twin set, which consisted of a fitted pullover sweater and matching cardigan. Flared bell-bottom pants and platform shoes also became synonymous with the 1970s. During the fitness craze of the 1980s, spandex-blended stretch fabrics were used for aerobic leotards and came in a variety of bright colors. Leg warmers, originally worn by dancers to keep their muscles from cramping, became a fad in the early 1980s due to the films Flashdance and Fame. The most notable trend of the 1980s was the increase of shoulder size in both men and women's clothing. From sweaters to suit jackets, broad, exaggerated shoulder pads defined the silhouette of the 1980s. In addition to shoulder pads, women's skirted suits were shortened and the lapels of jackets increased dramatically in size. Single-breasted and double-breasted suit jackets were popular choices among women. And finally, the short suit was introduced by Giorgio Armani in 1987 as a popular alternative to the skirted suit.